Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today we're going to be calling myself out because I bought 33 books in January on top of the books that I already hauled in my most recent weekly vlog. I'm clearly killing the game of the book buying ban where I only buy one book for every 3 books I already have read. Yeah. So I have 33 books here, so I now need to read 99 books to catch up. I really don't have anything to say for myself. I'm just as disappointed as you guys are. But with all that aside, let's just jump into it. The first thing we'll go through are the graphic novels slash manga I picked up. I picked up Dragon Ball by Akira Toriyama, which is the volume number 3, which is a 3-in-1. I actually picked this up for Anthony, my boyfriend, because I've been collecting the series for him because it's pretty much the only thing he'll read. But I love this because I read the series from the library and then I give him the series and then we read it together and we're watching the TV show together, so it's just a really great bonding experience for us. Next is the Mara Tidebreaker, a graphic novel. This is by Danielle Page. I don't really know much about it other than it's a like superhero mermaid or something along those lines. So here's what she looks like. She's like a woman Aquaman or something like that. Aquawoman. But I'm excited. Next, I found this graphic novel called Just Princesses, written by Crystal Velasquez and pictures by Manuel Praetano. It kind of looks like a Princess and the Pauper kind of vibe. I don't know. I love just this illustration and how this looks. It completely drew me in. It just looks incredible. I don't know anything about it, but yeah. Next, I picked up Username Evie by Joe Sugg. I saw this on Pinterest a while ago and thought it looked really interesting. I just thought it looked interesting. I'm really bad with like graphic novels and manga and not knowing what they're about, but thinking they look cool, so picking them up that way. I definitely judge those books by their cover. Next, I picked up Giant Days by Allison and Trayman and Kogar. This is volume number 1. They did have volume like 7 and 9, really obscure numbers, but they were a little bit more expensive, so I decided I would go with just volume number 1, see how I liked it, and then go from there. But this is highly recommended by people who read graphic novels on BookTube. Someone I watch really expresses a lot of interest in this graphic novel. It looks cute. I'm excited. And lastly, I picked up Runaways Find Your Way Home by Rainbow Rowell and Chris Anka. This looks like a sort of superhero-y Marvel kind of vibe. Well, it actually says Marvel right there, but it's all female or mostly female, and it just looks like incredible. I don't really like I said, I buy them by their cover. So that is all the manga slash graphic novel I picked up. So moving on into the regular books. All of these ones are paperback. I picked up Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I was actually gonna get this one at the library, figure out if I liked it before I bought it, but it was a really good price at Half Price Books, so I picked it up, and now I have almost all of V.E. Schwab's books. Vicious I wasn't too big of a fan of, but I'm interested to see if Vengeful will change my mind about that. Next is funny, so let's just pull this sucker out. Remember when I spent $35 on a French book hoping it was a hardback Strange the Dreamer? Well, it turns out it was, but it's like not the same height. So I think this is the library binding. So that's disappointing, but funny to me at the same time. I really just want the hardback Strange the Dreamer, you guys. Like it doesn't have to be the Illumicrate edition. I just want the hardback, like just to match because I'm crazy and I need my things to all be the same height and like layout. So instead of stressing out about finding a Strange the Dreamer hardback, I'm gonna keep this just in case I ever like somehow come across the holy grail of it. I found Muse of Nightmares in paperback to match my Strange the Dreamer, because this is how crazy I am. Like, it's not, I don't know, I love the story, but I didn't love it enough for me to validate spending $300 on a singular book just so it could be a hardback. So instead, I spent $10 on a paperback. Next, I picked up The Queens of Finburn by Kendar Blake. This is the novellas called The Young Queens and The Oracle Queen, which are side stories or companion novels to the Three Dark Crowns series. I'm planning to read the entire series in February, so maybe I'll pick this up in February, maybe March, but I do want to read these. Next, these were really cool. I got Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm first edition paperbacks from Half Price Books, and they were literally $5 each, and I freaked out. Maybe that's normal price, but first edition in Shadow and Bone, I don't know. I don't know if this one is, because it's got a different color, or like it's different than the hardback. I don't know. I just want to collect all of them. Next, I picked up the paperback of Cress, which is part of the Lunar Chronicles series. I actually did get Cinder, Winter, and Fairest as well, but I'm just waiting for them to arrive. So, oh, I also did get Cinder, Scarlet, Winter, and Fairest. I'm just waiting for them to arrive. Next, I grabbed this one just because I liked the cover and the name of it. It's called Catching Stars. I don't know anything about it. I think I saw like a little bit on Pinterest or Booktube or somewhere, but I'm interested to see how I feel about it. So that was all the paperback. Now moving into the hardback section. I picked up Two Dark Reigns by Kendar Blake, the third book out of 4 in the Three Dark Crowns series. I picked up The Wicked King. I got this for like $6 at Half Price Books, and it is the Barnes & Noble edition. So now I have completed the Barnes & Noble edition set of the Cruel Prince series. Wow, that was really hard for me to say, and I don't know why. But yes. I got The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing all in the Barnes & Noble edition. And then I have The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing in the regular edition hardback. So I just need the hardback Cruel Prince if I end up liking the series. I also picked up One Dark Throne in hardback by Kendar Blake, the second book in the Three Dark Crowns series. I actually had the paperback of this, but I really wanted the hardback because I got these dust covers from the Bookish box, the Five Dark Fates box, and I really wanted to put them on, but they obviously don't go on the paperback, so I had to get the hardback in the entire series. So, here is Mirabella with her friend that I am blanking on the name of. I think it's like Elizabeth or Emily or something like that. I don't know. Then we have Arsinoe and Jules. Arsinoe with her bear, and then Jules with her mountain lion named Camden, I believe. Then the other one has Katarine and Peter, I think his name is. And then Five Dark Fates has the three sisters. But yeah. One Dark Throne hardback. Next, I've been talking about getting this one for a while, but it is Fantastic Beasts, the original screenplay. This is the only book I needed to complete my entire Harry Potter collection, so I'm so happy to finally own it. I also picked up Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I got this for like $3, so that was super exciting. Because I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but this is the original book for the Carry On Wayward Son series. So this is like the original novel in which she writes the fan fiction, and then Carry On and Wayward Son are the fan fiction. Next, I picked up Sky Without Stars by, I almost said System Divine, by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell. This has been described as Les Mis in space, and that just sounds fantastic. Next, we have The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I've wanted to pick this up for quite some time because it was the Books with Friends book pick of the month last, I want to say like June-ish. That was a book club that Books with Chloe and Common Spence had created together, and I never got to it, but I'm pretty sure it's about a time-traveling magician, so that gives me like Doctor Strange, Doctor Who kind of vibes, and I'm super excited about that. Next, I picked up Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I have only ever seen it for like $27 to $31. I found a copy for like $23-ish at Half Price Books, and that was still a little bit too much for me for a book, especially at Half Price Books. But on my way out, I found the jackpot of this edition, which is a signed copy for literally $12, guys. $12 for a signed copy of Ninth House. I am shooketh. Like, next I picked up Furthermore by Tahara Mafi and Witchwood by Tahara Mafi. I heard that this is a sort of like Alice in Wonderland kind of vibe, and then this follows characters from this. Tahara Mafi wrote A Very Large Expanse of Sea and the Shatter Me series, so I'm super excited to read this. And speaking of the Shatter Me series, I found Unravel Me in hardback for like $3. I picked it up even though I own 0 of the other books in the series. At least I have this one now. Then I picked this one up purely because of the Guinevere Deception. I am obsessed with Arthurian lore. If you guys have any recommendations for books with Arthurian lore, or like King Arthur retellings or anything like that, please, please, please send them my way. I'm obsessed right now. And I picked up King Arthur and His Knights by Howard Pyle, which is the like Barnes & Noble Kids Classic Edition. I love this. Next, I picked up Mirage by Samaya Dodd. I don't know anything about this. I just know it was like an Owlcrate / Fairy Loot book. It's signed. I don't know if this is the Owlcrate or Fairy Loot edition, but I got it. The next 3 books I know nothing about, but we got Courting Darkness, which has been on my wish list for quite some time just because it sounds awesome. This is by Robin Lafevers. Again, I don't know anything about this, and I love going into books unknown, but I saw this on Pinterest, loved it, and grabbed it. Next was Beast by Bree Spangler. I love Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I was just kind of hoping that's what this was. Could be completely wrong, but I saw the word beast, so I just kind of assumed. And I got it super, super cheap, like $2 or $3, so even if I don't like it, I don't feel like it was a huge waste. I also picked up An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. Margaret Rogerson wrote Sorcery of Thorns, which was my second favorite book of 2019, so I wanted to grab her other work. And my last 3 books are all kind of like the same theming, so that's why I'm leaving them to talk about together. The first one is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. Again, I know nothing about it, but it's got like underworldly, piratey, mermaid, octopus, Ursula kind of vibes. I don't know. I love anything to do with like underwater, sea, mermaids, sirens, pirates, any of that stuff I'm obsessed with. So Sea Witch, of course. To Kill a Kingdom, which is a dark retelling of The Little Mermaid, I've heard, and this is by Alexandra Christo. And lastly, we have Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. So those are all the books that I have hauled in January. Hopefully I will tone it down tremendously, if not like completely, for February. But that's where I'm at right now. I am surrounded by books, so I'm planning to do a kind of bookshelf reorganizing, and I'll be filming that, but I will see you guys in my next video. Let me know what books I should read out of this haul first, and let me know ways to stop buying books, because I clearly need that help. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check in with you in my next one. Bye, friends!